The new year is approaching, and for many of you, it's time to buckle down and get smart about your finances. Here this morning with some solid tips on how to follow through with your financial New Year's resolution is Michelle Mayton from the Planning Center. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, so we had kind of a rough week this week, right?
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
So what are the things that people need to keep in mind when I guess one of the big things to realize is that you can't control everything.
That's correct.
So what are the things that people can control and try to look forward to this next year to make sure that they're meeting their financial goals?
Well, what they can control is their own spending. So if you really have some goals, then setting them is a great first step. And then next is to really know where your money goes. When your paycheck hits your checking account, where does the money go? And keep control of it. So that's the real thing that people can control.
So when you're like consulting a client or when you're talking about the ideas of how to make those lists and say, okay, this is where I need to cut back, what do you ask people? What do you kind of set them up with so that they can really get a sense of where their money is going?
Well, I usually have them do mint.com or something like that so they can actually track, because the first step is really bringing some consciousness to what you spend. So it might be that you do that for a couple months and then kind of see where things go, and then try to live within some kind of budget. So I never tell people what they should be spending. That's a decision that each person has to make because everybody's an individual and each family is different. But it is really important to have some kind of goal. So if you want to go on a big vacation, then at the beginning of the year, you need to start putting a little bit away for that big vacation so that when you go on it, you've paid for it rather than going into credit card debt to pay for it.
Exactly. What are some ways and helpful things that you can think of for people to really follow through on those intentions? Because I know New Year's resolution it can at times be lofty. Yeah. How do you follow through? I feel like it's like step by step, right?
Yeah, it is step by step. But the first thing is, so first set the goal, then try to put money away and identify the account that you want it to go into. Okay, so if you want to go on a vacation, open an account that says vacation. So research actually shows that people save more when the account actually has the name of the thing that they're going for.
Gotcha, okay.
So that would be the first thing. And then set it up so it's an automatic, like it hits your checking account and it goes into this other account right away. You don't see the money.
Right, so you can live without it.
Yes, you can live without it. So that would be like one example of a tip that I give to clients.
Okay, well thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it.
It is my pleasure.
Your expertise.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.